You ever stop and think about the words we use? I mean, really think about them? Some of them are, well, they're hiding a secret. They're actually two words smashed together to make something totally new. So today, we're going to crack these words open, see what makes them tick, and uncover the pretty amazing stories hidden inside our own vocabulary. All right, let's dive right in with a couple of little mysteries that are probably sitting right in front of you. Okay, first up, butterfly. You know, we can all picture it, right? But what in the world does a butterfly have to do with butter? I mean, it's not made of butter, it doesn't, deliver butter. It's a real head scratcher when you think about it. And how about this one? A hot dog. Okay, yeah, it's served hot, but it is definitely not a dog. So where did that name even come from? See, these aren't just weird, random things. They're clues about something really cool, something deep about how our language is built. So, to get to the bottom of these mysteries, we've got to go back to basics. We need to look at the blueprint for how these words are supposed to work before we get to the really weird ones. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. A compound word, well, it's just what happens when two smaller words team up to make a new word, one that has a brand new meaning all its own. Take a look at this. It's the perfect example. You start with sun, you add flower, and boom, you get sunflower, a flower that, looks a lot like the sun. Super logical, right? Makes perfect sense. Okay, so we know what they are, but how do they actually show up in our writing? Turns out there are basically 3 different flavors of compound words. And this chart breaks it down perfectly. First, you've got your closed ones, like bedroom. The 2 words are just smushed together into one. Easy enough. Then you have hyphenated words, like well-being, connected with that little dash. But then you get the tricky one, open compounds. Words like ice cream. They look like 2 separate words, but we all think of them as one single thing, right? All right, now that we have the rules down, let's go back to our original puzzles, the butterfly and the hot dog. Because this is where things get interesting. This is where word 1 plus word 2 doesn't always add up. And here it is, the big reveal. Look at this. On one side, you've got raincoat. What is it? A coat for the rain. Simple, predictable. But then you've got hot dog. That simple math just totally falls apart. And that's because it's not about math anymore. It's about culture, about history, about the wild stories behind our words. And this quote just nails it. Language is a living organism, not a math equation. Think about that. It's not some rigid, perfect system. It's alive. It breathes. It changes. It evolves with us. A word's meaning gets shaped by people and stories, not just by adding 2 pieces together. So you might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but how do I figure these things out for myself? Well, I've got you covered. Here's a super simple 3-step toolkit you can use anytime you stumble across one of these words. It's really this easy. Step 1, just break the word down into its original pieces. Step 2, check what each of those little pieces means on its own. And step 3, combine those meanings and see what you get. Most of the time, this will give you the answer. And for those times it doesn't, that's when you know you've just found a word with a really, really cool backstory. And look, this isn't just a neat party trick for word nerds. Getting a handle on this stuff really does matter. It expands your vocabulary, for sure. It helps you spot patterns when you read, which makes you a better reader overall. But I think the coolest part is that it gives you this amazing peek into how language is always changing, always growing. So that leaves us with this final thought. Think about words like doom scrolling or clickbait. Nobody was saying those words 20 years ago. Our language is always inventing, always building new words to keep up with our crazy changing world. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's going to be the next great compound word?